Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to make sure everything is working smoothly, that we actually are in fact live, and that I'm not lagging too badly or anything. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, it looks like we are good to go. So, hello everybody once again. Th- Thank you for joining me here on my show, Justin Jorgensen podcast. I am, of course, your host, Justin Jorgensen, and it is an awesome honor and privilege, as it is every day, to bring you guys some of the news and the latest developments world of entertainment. This is we're already on episode number 16. Could you guys believe it? It's going so quickly. Oh, that I got into podcasting. It's one of the greatest things I've ever done. So, but we do have, or I guess you guys have noticed, I am doing this live for the very first time, and I'm surprised that my laptop can handle this, but it seems to be doing fine so far. I hope you guys can all hear me. I hope you guys are fine. I hope this is, that it's working. Um, but we have plenty of topics to discuss today. So without further ado, let's just get into the first one. Now, I actually get asked this quite a bit, like whether it be, online or in person, even if I can, like with some of my nerd friends. And they ask me, like, what do I think of the Jurassic Park films? Now, obviously, I love. I think it's one of the great franchises, ever. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Even the new ones. I love Jurassic World, love Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and you will see that in my ranking. Um, so if I'm obviously going, but I'm going to rank them while giving my personal opinions and some of my hot takes and my feelings on each film. There are five of them. There are three Jurassic Park films and two Jurassic World films so far. So coming at number five in last place, I put The Lost. Now, there's nothing fundamentally, you know, bad about this film. It's still Spielberg, and it still feels like Jurassic Park. Give me 1 second. All right, it sounds like we're still live. We're still doing good. So yeah, from time to time, I'll just hop on my phone and check and make sure that we're still live and still going good. But yeah, core a Spielberg film, and you can feel that, and you can see that, and but it just felt off. Now it didn't have anything. The cast was great. Piece when they're in the RV or the camper, can't remember what it is, and they're getting chased by that T Rex. I think that is some of the best thrills franchise, and I say that about every movie. That, like, no matter how horrible I think a film is, and I'm not saying The Lost World is bad. I still like it. It's a good film. But no matter how you feel about a film, there are moments in it that do stand out, and there are moments in it that you enjoy. Like, I don't know a single film where there's not at least one redeeming quality. Um, and I don't like how um, it feels draining every time I watch it, just because I'm always trying to see what's happening, and it's not like, I've never seen Game of Thrones, but people said they can't even see what was happening in, like, that huge battle. It wasn't like that. It wasn't too dark, but I just didn't like how the entire film was set at night. And I didn't like, when the T Rex loose and it goes ravaging through. I can't remember what town, San Diego, Las Vegas, Los Angeles. I can't remember what city it was. But that just felt really random. And I know it was based on the book, but still, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan, but it was fine. I liked it still. And that's why it comes in last place at number five. Coming at number four, we have Jurassic Park 3. And really, one of the only reasons this film is above The Lost World for me is A, because it takes place mostly during the daytime, so you can see what's happening, and it's just more fun that way. B, you have Ellie Sattler and Alan Grant both coming back, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. I love both of them together. I am so happy they're coming back for Jurassic World Dominion next year. That's one of my most anticipated films of next year. Very excited for that. C, it contains my favorite dinosaur, the Spinosaurus. Um, yeah, it is unshamedly my favorite dinosaur in ever. I just love it. It's a fantastic dinosaur, and they did it very well in Jurassic Park 3. Even though you could, the animatronics were much less impressive. Fine, and if I had to say, I would probably say Lost World is actually a better made film, but I just enjoy Jurassic Park 3 much more. So that was number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Jurassic World. Uh, Jurassic World, it brought back the magic, the wonder, and the feeling of Jurassic Park, but with a new cast and extremely updated special effects, which is much needed at the time. I thought Jurassic World was fantastic. I absolutely ate it up. I absolutely loved it. I saw it 4 or 5 times in theaters. I thought it was absolutely great return to formula. Back to formula, Norman Osborn would say. Uh, but it had the charm. It had the Colin Trevorrow did fantastic, and I'm so excited that he's coming back for Jurassic Park or Jurassic World 3. J.J. Abrams directed Force Awakens. Colin Trevorrow directed Jurassic World, and they both did extremely well critically and financially. And then the sequel comes out, directed by a different director. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom and Last Jedi, which I really enjoyed both. But they each had worse reviews and made less money. So, and then the third one comes out in that trilogy, and the original movie of that trilogy comes back. So I think it's kind of interesting how in Star Wars it went JJ, Ryan, JJ, and it's going Colin, whoever directed Fallen Kingdom, Colin again. I can't remember his name. He's actually a good director. I think he did family, but just thought that was interesting. I thought to throw it out there. The two kids were fine. I thought they were kind of weak. It was the stereotypical rude big brother and innocent little brother, and I thought it was fine. But Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard were definitely the standouts, and that is who number 2, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, which is undoubtedly my second favorite film in the Jurassic franchise. I absolutely lit all of it up. The more heartfelt moments, what moment I'm talking about with the Brachiosaurus on the island. That was so heartbreaking, so heart wrenching, but it was absolutely fantastic. And then you have the return of Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard coming back together again. I thought the film was just great. I loved it. I ate it all up. I loved one thing. So I find myself comparing the Jurassic World trilogy and the Star Wars sequel trilogy to each other a lot. But one thing I will say is while Fallen Kingdom and Last Jedi both do suffer from middle chapter itis, is what I say, Fallen Kingdom did so much more to push and move that I did. I love Last Jedi. I absolutely love it. But it did very little for the story of the sequel trilogy. It moved it forward. And that's coming from a sequel fan. That's coming from a guy who liked The Last Jedi. But I'm just saying that Fallen Kingdom, I think, was a better, and it pushed the story forward way more. You have all the dinosaurs that are still on the island. The island's blowing up. They get a lot of the dinosaurs off the island and into the Lockwood. Is that his last name? I think that's the last name. The bad guy. His last name is Lockwood. I'm fairly certain. And they get there and they all escape. So now all of the dinosaurs are running free, running rampant on our planet, and that the story fundamentally. And I cannot wait to see what they do with the story in Jurassic World Dominion because I'm absolutely excited for it, and I cannot wait. But obviously, coming in at number 1, I do have. You can't deny. I mean, you can deny it, but it just. I obviously wasn't alive when it came out, but it's just so characters bounce off each other so well, and the actors are fantastic. The animatronics are fantastic. The special effects are fantastic. The score by John Williams is fantastic. It all works. It is a fantastic film, and I don't have to go into much more detail than that. It's absolutely breathtaking what they accomplished with the original Jurassic Park. 93, 94, 95 was one of those years. But absolutely fantastic. I adore Jurassic Park. So the real question here is, guys, what do you guys? If you liked, did you like? Did you not like? Are you kind of like you are in Star Wars? Do you not like the sequel trilogy? Is what I'm going to call it. Do you World Trilogy series? I guess so far. Do you not like? Do you not like Jurassic World? Do you not like Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom? Are you all for the original trilogy? Just jump down in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Is a topic about Star Wars. And this is kind of an abstract topic, and there's not there's not going to be too much to talk about here. In my opinion, I thought Solo, a Star Wars story, was absolutely a blast. It was not the best made Star Wars film. It doesn't have the most complex villain. It doesn't have the best story, but it's just fun. It's just a fun film within the Star Wars. And by the way, Alden Ehrenreich does not get enough credit for playing Han Solo at all. I thought he was absolutely fantastic as Han Solo, and it shows, him and Chewie met, who Han's love interest was before Leia, and it was just a blast. If when I rank the Star, including Rogue One and including Solo is like smack dab in the middle. It's probably number 6 or number 7. It's just so much fun, and every time I watch it, I appreciate it more and more because they weren't trying to be dark, they weren't trying to be gritty, they weren't trying to revolutionize, they weren't to fix what isn't broken, is what I would say. They were just trying to have fun, and you can see that with everybody on set who was so. I don't remember if it was like yesterday, 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, but on Twitter, hashtag Make Solo 2 happen was trend 3-year anniversary of Solo, a Star Wars story, I do believe, and I think that's pretty significant because for a lot of reasons. One, it shows that this film truly does have its fans. Thankfully, I'm not the only one. There are people who like this film. And I do think it deserved much more money at the box office than it did. It only crossed 400 million. It might have, but I think I can't remember the exact number, but I thought it was like 370 something million, which is really sad because it deserves so much more. It was such a fantastic, and like I said, it wasn't trying to quote fix what isn't broken. It wasn't trying to be something it wasn't. It was just having a good time. And I think is what Star Wars needed at the time. And I think The Last Jedi, as much as I like it, I can't deny all of the negative reviews that it did get. It came out not too long. Solo came out not too long after. Um oh, hey Vanilla. He's a good friend of mine. He just dropped by the comment section. What's up? How's it going? Glad you are here. But yeah, they weren't trying to reinvent the wheel. They were just trying to have fun. And I think you can always tell when a cast and a crew is having fun on a project because you can just tell how they read their lines, how each other, and that is very contagious to the audience as well. If I'm watching a film and I can tell that someone does not want to be there, that a cast member does not want to be doing this, that they don't be there, hinder yours too. So when I see a cast and a crew working on a movie or a project and they're having, that is a huge thing, and that undoubtedly radiates to the audience, no doubt. But so yeah, that is essentially it for. I'm thankful, that's cool. It's definitely not released a Snyder cut, but it is something else that people are going to be the people waiting for, because Solo affect a lot of people, and a lot of people did, including myself. They did love Solo, a Star Wars story, and I absolutely think it was a fun film. I loved it. So seeing this is definitely a welcome sight to me. So the question is, guys, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that we're into it? Do you think that you just want Solo, a Star Wars story, to be forgotten by everybody because you hated it that much? Do you want Solo 2 to happen like me? Like, do you want to see them continue that story? Because I actually thought it was pretty decent. Jump in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. All right, with that down, we move on to the third and final main topic today, and that is the Ayer Cut happening? Now, I know I feel like, as well as I'm sure a lot of you people feel, that my channel has been nothing but Snyder Cut the past few episodes, and in a sense, it has. And I'm sorry if, like, some of you don't like that, but I'm not trying to. It's just it's big news, and we're making history right now. So so David Ayer, if you guys don't know, David Ayer was the director of Suicide Squad. Uh, One of the most CEU. It is my least favorite as well. But and like I said earlier, it doesn't mean there aren't redeeming qualities. It just means, and I've never seen Solo, but it'd be cool to see a sequel. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I don't know. I don't think you live in America, but it is on the American Netflix, and it's on Disney. Or it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun film. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, back to David Ayer. Uh, so he had his film done, or at least really, really close to being done. And kind of like Zack Snyder, he had a vision, he was going for it. But Warner Brothers, this was just a few months before releasing. So by this point, you should be like at least a month before release. You should have it ready to release. You should be done working on it, and you should be done for the most part. But a few months before Suicide Squad came out back in 2016 already, 4 years in August, Warner Brothers hired a trailer making crew, like a crew that makes, and they recut his entire film. They did. Warner Brothers and the trailer making people recut his entire film, and they made it feel like a trailer. And it's not as bad as what they did to Zack Snyder, but it's close. He had a vision. If you're gonna hire someone like David Ayer and like Zack Snyder, let them show you their vision. Let them show you what they have, because obviously you hired them for a reason, right? So don't hire these outside people who make trailers for a living and recut their entire movie trailer, because that's exactly what happened. The movie, like, like I said earlier, I'm going to keep saying this. There are redeeming qualities to Suicide, and Margot Robbie, they're fantastic. I love them. Margot Robbie is, even in Birds of Prey, she's absolutely fantastic, and she plays Harley Quinn so well. Is Deadshot fantastic? I think he's awesome. I love, Will Smith is always a win, no matter what movie he's in. It could be horrible, it could be Gemini Man, whatever. And I am one of the people in Jared Leto's Joker, just trying to be different. Obviously, he does anything on Joaquin Phoenix or especially Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger is still my favorite Joker. But, and obviously, so many of Jared Leto's scenes were cut out, but obviously, I'm sure you know that. That's old news. They cut it out. But Suicide Squad, and when it came out, it was less than 2.5, and it moved at a breakneck pace, and it didn't even feel like a film. It felt like a 2 hour and 20 minute trailer, because the way this, like, there was no cinematography. The way there were lens flares, and the way the camera followed the characters from behind and from forward and from above, it felt like one big movie trailer. And what Warner Brothers was thinking when they did this to David Ayer or to Zack Snyder, with Batman v Superman and especially Justice League, but is the parent company now of Warner Media and Warner Brothers. If you didn't know that, AT&T owns Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers can give somebody an order and make something happen, but it has to go by AT&T first. So people have been asking on Twitter a lot, like, Warner Brothers, AT&T, Ayer Cut coming? Like, the Snyder Cut's happening, and we already knew the Ayer Cut was essentially almost done. Like maybe they need one to finish it, but that's it. Like it was primarily done. As Grace Randolph said, she's um another YouTuber and really good. I would definitely check her out. I go to her channel a lot. But it was essentially a finished film. And then, obviously our film, which is so stupid, I don't understand. But whatever, it's Warner Brothers, and what can you do? So AT&T has been very active on Twitter with the comedians, and all these people that are asking, is the Ayer Cut happening? Is the Ayer Cut coming? We had success with the Snyder Cut, and I'm sure you guys over at AT&T and Warner Brothers, if you release this on home video, Blu-ray, whatever, or HBO Max, you have your own streaming service coming. Is it? I think it launched. When does it launch? I can't remember. 29th? 20 was it 2 days ago? Tomorrow? I don't remember. It's sometime soon. Or it was sometime soon. Has come out, and they've been replying to all these people on Twitter, and they've been saying, you guys have been successful so far. What's to say that behind the scenes with David Ayer, and they've said things like that. Like, all it needs is a little magic. All you need is a little motivation. And Warner Media would never say anything like that. They care about money, and that's it. And that may be all AT&T cares about too, but they know how much money they can make on the Ayer Cut, and especially the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut is going to make it's going to make a ridiculous amount of money. But the fact that AT&T has even went out of its way to talk to the fans on Twitter and tell them that something may be happening, all it takes is a little bit of magic and a little bit of faith that this might happen. And they've been adding David Ayer, and like, if we get the Ayer Cut and the Snyder Cut, and like I said, I'm obviously way more excited for the Snyder Cut just because I like those characters. Justice League was a much more anticipated film, and it was screwed over much worse than Suicide Squad was, depending on how you look at it. But this will be massive. That's essentially it for that topic and for this episode. But if the Ayer Cut is, then what else politely ask for? And I say politely because, there are a lot of people that just look at the Snyder Cut movement and they think that everybody is bad. Their fandom, the entire community of releasing Snyder Cut was toxic, and that's not the way it is. Obviously, we are not all toxic. Some of us just wanted to see the Snyder Cut, and it looks like it might be happening, guys. So that is essentially it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much. For those of you who are here right now, it looks like I have 1 or 2 viewers right there on that little eye. I can see it. I look forward to doing this again in the future. I hope that everything grew okay on your end. It wasn't too laggy or anything. Like I said, this is not the greatest computer in the world. It was a middle of the road lap. It seems to be doing the job just fine. So thank you guys all so much for watching this. I look forward to filming episode 17 very soon. And I will see you guys in the next episode.